Hello, welcome back to Arty Crafty E. Today I am going to use my brand new Cricut machine. Yay! I believe this is the very first Cricut that was put out in the early 2000s. It was gifted to me. It was found in an estate sale, and it did come with these cartridges, Christmas, Doodle Type, and Schoolbook. So I have three cartridges. It did come with the manual, and it did come with these two cutting mats, which they each have two mats inside, so that means I have four, and they're brand new. But I believe this is the very first one. This is from 2006. So that's what this manual says. And these cutting mats are also from 2006. So that means this is a very old machine. But I want to use it because I've never had a Cricut machine. But I want to use it. I did look up some YouTube videos on how to use it. So I want to share that with you. Yay! So this door is broken. So I had to pop it open myself. So this panel is broken, but the machine I believe still works. And it does look a little bit old, but that's okay. I think we're gonna make it work and we're gonna cut some things. I was going through the cartridges and I want to test some out because this excuse me, because this machine is so old, I did have to research on how to use it and look at some old YouTube videos that people have put out. But I managed to kind of figure it out. And I was reading the manual. Okay. Okay, so I want to try it out. All right, yesterday I was trying to play around with it, trying to figure it out. And I'm thankful that it did come with these cartridges. It comes with three in its little manual. And I found out while looking through videos that these are really rare. And I'm so thankful, grateful to have three cartridges. And I want to try out this one, this Plantain Schoolbook. It's got all these letters and shapes. It's got the little tags. I really like this bubble, the little bubble quotation, and this one. And it's got the zigzag. So I want to try this one out. So I already have it plugged in. And also another thing, it did come with the blade inside here, inside the little cartridge, or inside this blade thing. And it did come with an extra blade that I believe is new. So I'm going to pop it back inside and then close it up. So I'm going to use this one. It's got the little keypad. You put that on here. It's got the book, and the little cartridge. So I'm going to pop it in here. And so it's reading the cartridge. So it knows what to cut out. Okay, so now it's telling me to slide the paper. So I did cut some scrap paper that I have here that I'm going to use. And I'm going to use one of my pads, my cutting pads. And one thing that I learned is that they said to not throw away this plastic film that comes with the mat. That way you can cover it up again. I'm going to lay it down here. And it's a 6 by 12. And I'm going to set it here, right under the blade and the rollers, like that. And so it aligns on this little part here. So I'm going to load paper. Oh shoot, I didn't do the right way. Load paper. Oh, it says to use the arrow. Okay, I almost got that wrong. Okay, load paper. Okay, so now it's loaded. And yesterday I was using this one. I set it here just to kind of hold the paper, the mat up. It's just under here. So it's nice and straight because the door is open, broken. All right. So another thing that I noticed when I was looking at the videos is that on some machines they have numbers here, but mine does not have numbers. So it just has like this shape where it goes up in size, but the machine tells you what the size is. So here it just the thickness just goes up, as you can see that. Or if you want it thinner, which honestly I forgot what this was. Okay, this is the size that you want the shapes to be cut. One of these two is for the pressure. Oh, that's for the speed. This one here is for the speed. It tells you minimum, low, medium, high. Meh. I'll put it. I learned that they just said to just put it on medium or the middle number. This one I believe is for the pressure of the blade. So it tells you up here what it is. So I think they said to recommend it to put it on medium. No, this is a little bit of a thicker paper, like a cardstock. Oops, sorry about that. I'm going to put it on high, since it's a little bit of a thicker paper. All right, so it should be good. Oh, this is just the size of the characters, so I can adjust that later. All right, so for this one, okay, so I want to use, now you gotta follow the booklet. It seems like whenever you use these, you have to follow the booklet, unless you really you have it memorized. But I still don't know how to do the majority of these things. I was testing some things out last night, and I think I kind of figured out a few things. I still have to figure out how to do I feel like the letters should be the same. Okay, but I want to try out what I really wanted is try out, well, I like the grasses too. It comes with the grass design, it comes with two designs. That's pretty cool. And I like the zigzag. I like these tags as well, although I still have to figure out how to really use these ones. Okay. But I want to try out this blast design. This is blast. So what I figured out is that when you want to use these top ones, which they're in different color, these would be considered like the uppercase, and this one would be like the regular ones. If you clicked that icon that matches this with this one. So if you hit shift, and then hit the blast, it'll select the blast. So if you go backspace to clear that, if you didn't hit the shift, it just hit the icon, it would do the blurb, it would do this bottom one. But since I want to use this top one, go backspace, delete that one, and then shift, like in a computer, and then hit the blast. So now we have these options to print from. So I want to use the shadow. So I am going to hit the shadow up here. So shadow. So the feature 5 is on. So that means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is on. And then we're going to print this one. And for the size, we set it on 2, but we can do it bigger. Since also I realized that it cuts this way actually, I think. So it'll use 2 inches of this going down, I think. So let's hit that. I think what is it at? Let's do 2 inches. And then let's hit cut. And then it moves on just a little bit away from the design that it cuts to be ready for the next design. So let's see. Let's do this poly design. So let's take this off. Feature 5 is off. Base on. I'm not sure what the base on means. Okay, so let's do it again. Let's hit Shift and use the blast. And now we wanted to use the roly-poly, so click where it says roly roly-poly. Mm, roly-poly. Featured 3 is on. And since it's still at 2 inches, it'll cut it at 2 inches. So let's see. I'm going to move you a little bit down so you can see. Okay, you really wouldn't be able to see that because of the design, but it's in there. Okay. Okay, so now let's try a different one. I really like these. They're like little eyelets that you could cut out for your tags. I thought that was really cool. And it's funny because I just recently purchased some of these as die pieces. So that's funny. Okay, let's cut out. Oh, we can cut out the blurb since I cut out the blast. So I want to cut out the blurb. That's what they're calling it. It's like the speech bubble. Okay, so you want to hit, I think you might have to take this last one off. And now we are going to just hit the blurb. So that's this one. And then this one has a little hole where you can put an eyelet, or you could just do some without. Which I still don't understand these ones. That's strange. End caps. I'm not sure what that means. All right, so I'm going to cut the italic. Let's see which direction it cuts it, either this way or that way. Let's see. So it's already on blurb, so let's hit the italic. Where is that? Italic. Feature 2 is on, so that's 1, 2, this one. And it's already set at 2 inches. Let's cut. Okay, so that one was a big one. All right. So that one was 2 inches wide, but the length was pretty big. And I don't really want them that big, so I need to figure out how to make them smaller. So I think I was seeing that we have to hit real size here on the pad. There is a real size button. So we are going to click that, and I think that should cut the size that you set it to, but I don't know if it'll shorten it or it'll cut it to that same size. Okay, let's see. Let's do real size. Real dial size. So that means this is the dial, I think. Now let's do the same one, italic. So let's hit the blurb and then italic. And let's see how big that cuts it. Oh, cut. So that's gonna move up since it's already cut these. Okay, so that cut it a little bit shorter. I want to say half of the length of this one. I'm just gonna try to pull this one out because these are really big. I could use these in a scrapbook, but for now I want to get them smaller. See, I cut it this big. That's pretty huge. That's like 6 inches in length, and it is actually it is an inch and a half this way. I thought it'd be 2. But if we cut it to the real size, that's the size that you select here, and that one did cut it smaller. So let's do it again, but smaller. Let's do 1.5 inches. It's still on real size, so let's hit the blurb and let's see what it does. Cut. Oh, it's cutting it smaller, so that's good. All right. So let's do, that was 1.5 inches, so let's do 1.25 inches. Real size, blurb. Yeah, okay, those are a lot smaller. Okay. I'll show them after when I'm done printing out or cutting out something. I want to try this zigzag. I haven't tried that one. Let's see. So let's take Oh, I still want to, do I want to do a real size? Maybe. Okay. So let's keep it on real size. And then let's do the zigzag. So it'll be shift, zigzag. And then let's just do that one zigzag. Let's see what it does. So cuts. And this is set at 1.25. So let's see how big that is. Oh, so it's going up. Hopefully it's not that long. Okay, so that's thick and long. So let's see. Let's do it a little smaller. Let's do 1 inch. Let's see what that is. So let's do zigzag again. So I think it's shift and then zigzag. And let's see what that does. So it's at 1 inch. Okay, I think that's it. I don't think there's any more room in there. Okay, let's unload. Next, unload paper. So here is, I'm going to move this machine back. Okay. I'm going to take off. I'm going to take off the paper. Let's see, I don't have a little knife or the blade. So let's see what we have here. Alrighty. So this one was at 1 inch, and this one was, no, this one was 1.25 inches, and this one was 1 inch. So it's still pretty thick. I wish they'd be thinner. And these were the sizes that we cut. This one was without pressing on the real dial size. This is without the real dial size, and this is once you press the real dial size, so you could shrink them down. So I do like that. I think I definitely would be using these sizes the most, or maybe even a smaller one if I could. And these are the blurbs. So it cuts them this way. And whatever size the whatever biggest size is, that's how it'll go. Even if these are smaller, it'll still take up only that space. And then that's whatever's left. If it fits, it'll cut something. But yeah, there's so much I still need to learn on how to use this machine. But I am so happy with everything that I can do so far. I'm going to continue to research and look into the options that I have, the abilities of this machine, although this is the first generation, I believe. I'm very happy. I'm very glad that I have at least the bubbles, the speech bubbles. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you got something out of this video. I still have to learn a lot on how to use the Cricut machine, but so far I am liking what I am seeing, and I'm just going to continue using it, and hopefully I get better and better at cutting and figuring out the sizes. But so far, I like it. All right, thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.